Hey guys, so recently I've been seeing a couple things on Facebook that are really inspiring to me. For example, I posted on my Facebook page, My Non-Leather Life, this thing about how a woman found a lobster in a tank in a supermarket. And it was the last lobster in the tank. And she realized that this was the last living lobster of all its friends. And she realized like she could do something about it. So she realized like she couldn't leave him there. So she bought the lobster, but she didn't live near the ocean. And at first she thought like, oh, I'll just keep him in a tank. But then she realized like he was lonely in the tank. So she knew that the best thing for the lobster would be to bring him back to the ocean. So she paid $200 to ship it to Nova Scotia, where she researched online and found that it probably came from. And she found a vegan group in Nova Scotia and she shipped it there overnight. And then this woman from the vegan group filmed herself like taking out the lobster and putting the lobster in a tide pool. And the woman said like first she decided to put him in the ocean, but then she saw lobster traps nearby, so she put him in this like tide pool area that would be safe from lobstermen. And I just thought that was like amazing. And another thing that inspired me is Leonardo da Vinci was said to have, when he was walking like in the marketplace, just bought the freedom of birds in cages and released them. And similarly, there's this guy Marc Ching of the Animal Hope and Wellness Foundation, which you gotta be following on Facebook because it is fascinating what he's doing. And he has inspired me so much because he was just one guy and he decided to go to China to stop the Yulin Dog Festival, basically, and just see how many dogs he could rescue or like what could be done. And he ended up rescuing like multiple dogs, just like one guy who like knew nothing. He doesn't speak Chinese, but he somehow like hired a car and a driver and a translator, and he found the slaughterhouses and he walked in and he pretended to be this like rich American meat buyer, and he convinced them to like let go of the dogs they had tortured, and then he saved them. Or a lot of them died, but he saved the ones he could save, and then he shipped them back to America. And that's just so inspiring to me. Like one can make a difference. And I also saw a couple things like that, like this guy, he bought like some turtles, live turtles at like a market, and then he just drove them to the ocean and released the turtles. So I want to do something like that. Like, I have money that I could use to buy the freedom of some animal, and yeah, it might not end the trade, but it could make a difference to that animal. So I want to do something like that. But do you guys have any suggestions of what I could do? Like, I guess I could go to Whole Foods and like buy some lobsters. Um, so what do you guys think I should do? I want to do something more than I'm doing because yes, I'm vegan, and yes, I use every opportunity to like harass people about veganism, basically, especially on online dating apps and dates. If it's not going well and they ask me like how's vegan, like why are you vegan? I just let it rip and I educate them. So I do that and I talk to all my friends and family and I post on Instagram about veganism, and that gets out to like people on online dating because I connect my Instagram to like my Tinder and whatnot. And I have my vegan blog, even though I haven't updated it, and I have my vegan Facebook. But I just feel like that's not enough. Like it's preaching to the crowd. I want to do something else, and I've tried to join. Well, I've been thinking about going to the meeting of Direct Action Everywhere in New York City, which is like this activist group, and I'm kind of scared, but I can do that. Like I want to do that, but I want to do something else too. Another option is to just join like or start a bearing witness group, like Toronto Pig Save or something, but I honestly don't know how they do that. It's just so incredibly awful. I know it makes a huge difference, but I'm thinking maybe I can do activism in a different way. that, and maybe I can just like release animals. Is that stupid? Anyway, what do you guys think? And how do you think I could do something like that, like make a difference? And yeah, I could just like donate money to a sanctuary or something, but which I do, but I want to do something myself. Like, you know how Sam Simon, he worked with PETA and he bought the freedom of roadside zoo animals and whatnot. Like, I want to do something like that. So if you guys have any ideas for me, please let me know below. And thanks for watching, and comment down below.